All settled. AMTZ.
AMTZ.
How was the experience? I think I had super fun doing this.
Yes, same here. Great experience, great story, very inspiring story, by the way. It's very fun to shoot, and yeah, so
I
many.
think the team at AMTZ was also great.
Yes, the great experience.
I think it all started with our friend talking about Dr. Jitendra Sharma, and first of all, I don't think we had the idea of doing a documentary on him to begin with.
Yes.
But I'm sure it was some story that needed to be told.
Yeah.
Right. Extremely inspiring guy. Very, very motivating story. So let's dive right in. Right. I think the way it began probably was we first went to get the story. I think we spent a good about 3 days there.
3 days. Yes.
We went to Vizag, got the story.
Yeah,
did a recording.
Very busy man. Like he got us like every day 1 hour.
Correct.
And we got all this story.
Correct.
Yeah, like initially we didn't know how to start the story.
Correct.
So
where do you begin? What's the story?
How to tell the story, and how do we tell the story from his personal story and tell the AMTZ.
Right.
So of course the AMTZ is a hero. Like we have to tell the story from his.
I think we also had some discussion on what needs to be told more and things like that.
Yes.
That's when, after that is when I think we dived right into the storyboard. But before that, I think they were also very particular about saying how much of his story needed to be told and how much of AMTZ needed to be told.
Yes.
We agreed upon 60-40. 60% of his story and 40% of AMTZ to begin with.
Yes.
That's where it got really interesting. We came back to Bangalore, and of course, we started with the storyboard. We didn't do a script separately.
No,
because we wanted to visualize the whole script to begin with. That's where it got really interesting.
I think first we did a story arc. Like briefly, we did a story arc.
Correct.
Like from where it starts.
Correct.
And where it goes.
Correct.
So we saw the arc first.
Correct.
And
we decided what the emotional arc is going to be.
Then I think we sat on this.
Correct.
His story deserves this kind of
attention
of details, because where he grown, like how the whole story gone.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was a great.
And I think we also used AI when it was pretty. It was nascent still, so we used some Mid-Journey to generate some images.
It just started. I think it was very difficult to get proper images, reference image also, because if I give something about cycle, it used to go some other thing. And
correct.
Yeah, it was very
somehow
difficult.
We generated the images, and like I said, I think we also included the script right here.
Yes.
Instead of going for a separate script first, unable to actually visualize how the script is going to look like.
Yeah.
Right. So I think we also included the voiceover right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is not typically how movies are done, but I think we found out our way of doing it. And I think this process,
by doing this kind of process, I think we got to know what really the shot looks like and what the behind. So we have a complete vision when it comes to when we did a voiceover, then script, then we have a visuals there. So it helped us in lot when we are shooting.
Correct.
I think that is a great tool. I think not everyone does that now.
Correct.
But yeah, it helps us. It will be more. We have more clarity while shooting.
Storyboard wise, we did multiple sort of iterations. We first did this, and then of course we had to sort of visualize also how the coming scenes is going to look like. We had to basically dramatize a bunch of his childhood.
Yes.
But to bring it to life later on is always going to be a challenge.
True.
But what we sort of figured out is, first of all, to begin with, where does his story start, and where does it sort of lead to, and what should we actually focus on to begin with.
Yeah.
And his childhood story was one of the most inspiring parts, because he was carrying he comes from a very, very humble background.
Yeah.
And we think more deeply about what to show first and what to show next. Of course, you can't show everything in a span of 20, 25 or 30 minutes. So I think we've done a pretty decent job at the storyboard level.
Yes, it is.
And I think we also had a basic sort of dialogue also written down.
Yes.
Where, we wanted him to say certain things. Of course, this was the story that we got from him.
Yes.
Not that something we wrote randomly. We moved on to the shortlist.
Yes.
We did a very sort of detailed analysis of what every frame
Looks like.
looks
Yes.
like, and what is the shot size like, what is the camera height, what is the framing like, what is
Yeah.
the movement, and we did, I don't know, this is probably 22 pages of
Yeah.
short lists, and we of course decided
No,
inside
I think we in the frame, in the scene and the frame. So we have references of
Correct.
all the. It goes to related to the storyboard,
Yeah.
so we can follow up what all we shot
Yeah.
and what all we supposed to
Correct,
shoot.
correct.
So
And of course, we've included the dialogue also for reference here.
Reference,
and,
yes.
what the lens
And
is also like.
and
going to
also
look like.
we also mentioned that how many seconds
Correct.
that clip will be there in
Correct.
the video.
I
Correct.
think so. This research made the shoot in the field very
Correct.
Very easy,
Extremely
and
easy.
we can be very focused on what we really want to get
Correct.
at that time,
Correct.
because we usually forget to get some shot,
Correct.
and there might be some pickup shot to go back,
Correct.
and so we want to avoid those things.
And I think we did the B-rolls also somewhere. If I'm not wrong, in so many
Yeah,
22 pages of short list.
I think here the
somewhere,
B-rolls,
I think some B-rolls also.
B-rolls here and there. So we had a I think we should tell Vizag is a beautiful city.
Correct. I agree.
And especially the weather was too good.
Correct.
When we
We
went,
were
it
very
was
lucky to be there at
Yeah,
that
very
time.
lucky, because it was not too hot or not too rainy. It was completely very nice
yeah.
weather there.
I agree.
I think because of the weather also we got great
Good
shots.
shots.
There. Yes.
Now let's go to the next thing, right? So the short list, and then of course we had the shoot.
Yes.
So shoot, of course, you spoke of the weather.
Yes.
We carried a bunch of things from here, big equipment, big luggage.
Yes.
We carried the entire syndicate, which weighed like I don't know how many kgs.
More than
more than 200 kgs.
200 kgs
Yes,
worth of equipment.
equipment. Yes, easily. Multiple tripods,
And the
camera.
travel was also
Travel is also something.
Beautiful
An
tripod
experience.
experience from Bangalore to Vizag in a bus.
We couldn't take a flight. We just went in the bus for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway, how was the shoot like? I think there were a lot of challenging shots. If I remember correctly, the wheel spinning,
wheel spinning. Yes, even
wheel spinning shots in Vizag were really
yes, because it was very challenging there. We need to get the shot in between the cities. We choose this wheel part because it's moving.
Correct.
And if it is moving from right to left, it is like past, and from the left to right, it means like the present.
Correct.
So some
Amount of detailing.
and the idea behind that to show some significance in the
in his career path.
career path. Yes.
I think Vizag shoot was great. Of course, we did like you mentioned previously now, sometime back. In his space, the interview was amazing. We set up the whole thing.
Yes.
He barely had time because he's a very busy man. He
Yes.
does big things.
Yes.
But somehow he could give us some time, and the
We
setup-
were prepared. We set up the whole.
I know, I
interview
think,
tank. I think more than 3 hours we took for the whole setup.
yeah.
And before he comes, like we already set up, everything was there. He
I
need
think
to
we
just
also
come.
decided the lighting here, if I'm not wrong. in
Yes.
this.
It was the same situation.
Same
also.
situation. We decided the lighting. We decided
I
bunch
think
of things.
AI did a pretty good job. It is the same kind of window, similar thing, similar
Yes,
setup. Yes, I think AI did
Yeah,
a pretty good job.
I think Vizag shoot got over, and then of course we put things on the timeline, and we were left with
So many B-rolls. And,
so many B-rolls and the dramatization shots.
Yes. I think
Sound
that's
as well. The music and the sound.
Correct. But the dramatization shot, let's talk about that. We went to
we went to Talkad, and
fortunately found
we were mimicking some other place. Actually, it's not.
Correct.
He's not from Karnataka. He's from
Bengal.
So we need to mimic something village in that era. So we try to make something. So we figure out
what sort of old cycles that we can
and
grab.
even the village. Try to make something dramatic and realistic there at the same time. Yeah.
We really did a great job. Especially the government school inside the room shots.
Yes, it is.
Very
I think-
cinematic, very artistic.
I think it should be
stuff.
there. I think. Do you
Is
have
it
this
here?
copy?
Oh, I think we have only the.
I think
We
we
have
can,
only
you
the
can
AI
see the
copy.
images. I think especially that shot where we had one source light from the window and the kid sitting hardly light hitting on his backside, so we can see
I
slightly.
think we made that the banner of the whole.
Yes, I think we're trying to show
poster
how
of-
I visualize that there is a hope always, because his story tells there is always a hope. So you need to look for that.
Right.
So I think that shot really
Elevated
the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, after all the shoot, you sit on the timeline, and then
We had days together for edit,
when it
logging.
comes to the edit, a
You need
lot
to
of
go
process.
through a lot of videos.
Before the edit, the DIT comes wherein you have to
Yeah,
organize the
Organize all the
Organize
footage,
all the
hundreds
footage,
of hours.
drone footage, gimbal shots, multiple camera shots,
B-rolls.
B-rolls, multiple B-rolls. So even Sharat was shooting, even I was shooting. We had 2 cameras set up, gimbal shot, so many things, and we need to sort them out and maintain the data and make 2 copies of the data because
Backup of backup.
yeah, I need to
Yeah.
do that because like you never know when the hard drive crashes.
Yeah,
We need to go through that intense work
yeah,
of sorting all the data
yeah.
and looking what is the good footage we have, then bring all the footage to the timeline. I think that took huge time. I think so.
Yeah.
Like editing takes a lot of time. I think
agree.
nobody sees this part because
Correct.
only shooting and
All the glamorous part is what-
will be
what people
seen
see.
on paper, but editing, the editor only knows like how many hours he sat.
Yeah,
Like
I think edit took pretty long time, and then one good thing we did is before we even went into music and the sound, we graded the footage.
yes, we graded the footage.
So we got a fair idea of what the mood is like.
Yes.
Of course, we had the emotional arc throughout.
Yes.
We had decided what each frame is going to look like, of course. But
Yes.
once the grading was done, we started with the music and the sound. I remember very significantly the temple part that we shot in Talcad.
Yes,
We
yes,
dramatized
yes.
this
We had a
Veda
very
chanting.
Veda chanting. We had early, I think early morning we went. I think we had only
We had a
half an
window
hour,
of-
half an hour maximum,
window.
and we need to fly quickly, take the shot. Say like we need to get that early morning shot,
Correct.
the mist shot also,
Correct.
and we needed to we shouldn't affect public also. So we
Correct.
need to take quick shots. Yeah, I think
Somehow
somehow we figured out
we
the timing,
managed how to
managed,
do-
and we took the
Yeah,
shot. I think it's a
yeah.
great shot.
And I think that footage has come out really well. And I remember doing the music for that also.
Yes.
We were trying to search for the Veda chanting sounds with
on
so
the
many
online,
places.
but I think we didn't find the proper mantras on the
Correct.
online. We didn't get the same mood.
The depth was not there.
Yes.
So finally, you messaged one of your cousins in Sringeri.
Yes. We
and
got that audio.
He was in a function and he recorded the audio.
the audio, and then I think AI did a great job removing
Yeah.
all the
I
noise.
agree.
Elevating into the next level.
अवन्तु न यतो वृष्टिर्विचक्रमे पृथिव्याः सप्तधामभिः इदं विष्णुः विचक्रमे त्रेधानि दधे पदम् समोर्हवस्य.
The moment I mentioned AI, I think we had a lot of AI shots also in the documentary. Nobody used that.
Nobody was using it at that time, and we were also experimenting.
We wanted to go for that sketch look.
Correct.
Because it should look like a storyboard of kind of thing. And he traveled so many places abroad. So we couldn't go there and shoot something. I think we need to do that in AI and try to
Yeah,
get the shots.
AI is, by the way, by the time we did, and
now I think now the AI is
really good.
Completely agree with that.
And finally, of course, all the client back and forth happened, but they were also really supportive, and they
yes, truly.
They of really liked what we did to begin with. We should give them a token of appreciation for that.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for him for giving opportunity like this, something to create, because it's documentary. Not everyone knows about documentaries.
Correct.
I think not everyone has a good liking to documentaries, but he appreciated this kind of documentary, and we did this documentary.
Correct. And it's not your typical documentary where you sit in front of something.
Yes, it's like not like a one
not
day.
Boring.
Yeah, it's not just started on one day.
Life, you are giving a glimpse of his life.
Yes,
Correct.
at the same time.
5 minutes or 30 minutes.
Correct.
So I think so. We did a very great
I think at the
job
same
with that,
time
yeah.
we gave a great message.
I think
the whole point.
That was our initial focus.
Yes,
You're right. To show his story to the world,
yes,
motivate people.
Motivate the new people who sees that, young generation especially. They see this, and they will get some motivation. They
agree.
want to create
I agree.
something like this. Lot more young people see these videos,
Correct.
and hope there'll be more AMTs in the future.
country.
I think. Yes.
And of course, finally, they hit publish.
Yes.
I think so far it's been a great journey, and AMTZ gave us something really, really unique.
Yes,
One of the
yes.
first found
A good
documentaries we've done.
experience. Yes.